Welcome everyone. Um, it's such a beautiful day today. I have the window open. I might close it in a little bit because I don't know how loud it's going to be because as you know, I live next to the railway line. But today I wanted to have a little chat about meditation. Um, it's, you know, meditation is been said to be something really amazing, and everybody talks about how it calms the mind and it eases you, and all the benefits of it. And that is completely true, because for me meditation has been an amazing tool that I use to help me deal with life. And it's really helped me through trauma that I've experienced. um, oh, like I said. Oi. So it's really helped me through trauma. It's helped me through many things. It helps me also to get clarity. But the thing with meditation is, I find that sometimes I really struggle. And I've been meditating since 1999, which is quite a long time, right? I was like thinking about that the other day. It's like, my gosh, that's like, it will be 21 years this year, right, that I've been meditating. So I've been doing it for a while. Um, but even now, still, there are times when I really, my mind's just like, no, I'm not doing this today. And I think that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that when that happens. I think when we try to meditate, we put so much pressure on ourselves, just like we do with everything else, right? We try to, everything we do has to be right. We have to just be on point always. So I'm going to pause now because the train's coming. Okay, so as I was saying, we are we're so programmed that we want to do everything brilliantly and great, and that's good, right? It's good that we are like that, but we also need to be kind to ourselves. Hey, we need to be kind to ourselves. I think he's agreeing with me. And we need to say to ourselves, like, sometimes our minds aren't gonna be at ease. Our minds aren't going to be calm. When we have a major deadline hanging over our heads, when we have a really mean boss, or a big school project, or whatever it is that we have, or our relationship isn't going so well, or we have a sick child, or a sick parent, or a sick whatever, or ourselves, we are sick. We're not going to be, it's not going to work. There might be some people, and I think there are some really amazing, enlightened people that can do that. But I think for normal people like me, it doesn't work that way. So I've learned to accept that over time. And I've learned to accept that, yeah, there are going to be days when the meditation's not going to flow. But does it mean that I don't do my meditation? No. I just do it maybe a little bit differently on those kind of days, right? So for example, if I find like I have my little space here behind where I have my cushion and my tarot cards and my altar and my incense and all my things that make me feel just, I feel good here on this little, in this small space. It feels like a cave that I'm entering, and I just feel so cozy in there. So immediately makes me feel more calm. Even though I'm stressed, even though I'm worried, I have things on my mind, it's okay, because I'm in my cave. I'm in my special place. So I think that said, when you sit down and you find, like, this is what I do when I find my mind's just not doing it today, I tell myself it's okay. No, it's okay. Just do your best. Do what you can today. Maybe some days I take half an hour down there on that cushion. Other days it's 5 minutes. But you know what? I did it. I sat on that cushion and I did my thing. I light my incense. Just the ritual alone makes something go silent inside of me. And then I take a couple of deep breaths and my mind will wander and my mind will go crazy, and I just tell it it's okay. It's okay about to do that. It's perfectly fine. You're having a tough time, and I breathe into it. It's like if I feel the worry, I inhale the worry in a way. It's a Buddhist exercise called Tongling, which I practiced right from the beginning when I first started meditation. It was one of the first ones that I ever did. And it was really scary initially for me to do that. The whole idea of breathing in the pain, breathing in the worry. You know, a lot of meditations that we do, we breathe in light and then we breathe out the pain and the worry. But with this meditation, you breathe in the worry. You go to the source of the worry, right? Or the pain or the anger or whatever it is that you feel. And sometimes you might think that that's going to be, this is going to make me feel worse. It's going to just, I'm not doing that. I don't want to feel the pain. I want to get rid of the pain. But yeah, you're right. Who wants to feel it? Who wants to feel the pain? We all want to get rid of it. We want to be like, nope, just go. I can't deal with this. I don't want this. But sometimes before we can release the pain, release the worry, we need to know where it's coming from. We need to understand it in a way, right? I'm sure you have seen those little lines that says, I've made friends with my demons. And I used to chuckle at that because I always used to think, how on earth do people think they're going to make friends with their demons? But actually, you can make friends with them. Because once you've learned, I will wait. Look at my seagull friend. You see him there? He's so beautiful. Okay, let's continue. Once you make friends with your demons, once you make friends with the pain and the worry and the concerns and those things, it is as if they don't feel so intense anymore. They don't hurt so much. They don't take so much space up inside of you, which makes no sense, right? But it really is true. I'm not saying make friends in the way of reveling in my pain and, oh my God, I'm in so much pain, and I worry. You know, you get people that just literally, unless they're angry or worried, they're not happy, right? It's not that kind of breathing in and accepting. It's a kind of removing the emotion or the attachment that you have to that feeling, right? So it's like when you sit on the cushion and you had a argument with your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, significant other, whoever, and you try and do your meditation and you sit there, but you are so angry, right? The best thing to do is to go for that anger, go into that anger, not at the person, by yourself. Look at it. Think to yourself, what happened here? Ask yourself, what happened? Why did I get so angry? Ask those questions. Why did I get so angry? is it justified? Is it really justified? Or is it just a pattern? He says this, I say that. She says this, I say that. This is how we communicate. Maybe you need to change that pattern. But unless you start looking at what it is, where this thing is coming from, it's never going to change. You'll always repeat that same old pattern. And we all have them, right? We all have our patterns. Those trains. Yeah, we all have our patterns, and sometimes our patterns are so strong that they so define who we are, that when we think to ourselves, who are we without our patterns? For the longest time, I identified myself with what happened to me during the armed robbery that I experienced when I was living in South Africa. And I had a man put a gun to my head. I had to give him all my jewelry, all my stuff. And for the longest time, that was who I was. For the longest time, that was who I was. I was this victim. I was this person that whenever I met someone, that was the first thing that was brought up into the conversation. Yeah, I had a gun to my head. And it just ruled my life. It completely took over my life, that victimhood feeling. And it spilled in all other areas. Everywhere else, it moved in. My relationship, I felt like I was a victim, even though I wasn't, but that's how I felt. In every job that I went into, I was a victim. You know, people are so mean to me, or, you know, this and that. And because you think that all the time, that's gonna come and become real for you, right? Until I decided consciously to change that idea of being a victim, just by slightly changing my words. I told myself, I'm a survivor. Wow, I'm a survivor. I am strong. I have so much courage. I'm courageous. And repeating that to myself and starting to think, what does it mean to be strong? How can I be strong? What does it mean to be courageous? What is courage to me? Is it a massive act of courage, or is it something small? Is it just walking into a store without being afraid? That's courage. For some people like me at one time, that was the most courageous thing I could have ever done. So look at the things that bug you. Look at the things when you sit on that meditation mat or cushion, and look at those things and think, like, analyze them. You know, what is it about them that makes me feel the way I do? Why? How can I change it? Do I want to change it? Sometimes we're not ready. I wasn't ready for a long time to move from being a victim to a survivor. Many years. 10 years I was in that space. Yeah, I saw psychiatrists, psychologists. This was who I was, right? Until I woke up and I realized, this is not who I am. I'm not this person. And I want to change this. And then I started working on it. And then it took another 10 years. But that's what life is. Yeah, life, any type of healing or change in our lives, or, you know, when we want to learn things, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It might, for some people, it might take 6 months. For some people, it might, like me, 10 years. For other people, a few days maybe, but, you know, I don't know. Deep-seated trauma or patterns, behavioral patterns that we have, it takes time to change those things. But they can be changed. I'm a perfect example of that. So, yeah. So I think what I want to just say to you is it's okay when you sit on that carpet or when you sit on that meditation cushion and your mind doesn't want to go quiet. It's okay. Let it go where it wants to go, but control that where it wants to go. Does that make sense? Ask the questions. That's how you get the control, instead of just having the seething anger and just let it expand and expand. Ask the questions. Why? Why do I feel this way? Do I want to feel this way? Do I want to change this? How can I change this? Where in my body do I feel it? You will often feel that there's things that when you feel a certain emotion, it's somewhere in your body. When you feel fear, it's often in the pit of your stomach. You get that clenching feeling, right? That is what fear is, for me at least. He flew off. Sorry. I'm being all over the place. No. I'm all over the place today. But anyway, so so yes, sit on your cushion, and if you find those days you can't focus, ask the questions. And I really thank you for listening today with all the noise that I had in the open window. Really thank you for listening to the end, and I wish you a wonderful evening or day, and lots of love to you and blessings. Bye.